Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Hopefully you are having a great Thanksgiving with your family, even if you cannot be with your family, especially right now with the pandemic. So today, I just noticed that we have a lot of brand new players playing Ovipets. But before I can answer these questions, I need you to remember to click that subscribe button, ring the bell, and know that notification. If I miss a single question, I will do a part 2. So the first question I have is talking about adopting pets from tabs. Yes, you can adopt pets from other people's tabs. So when you go into either another person's page, I will do a volunteer. We're going to volunteer a little blue pony. So usually what you do is you just go to your friend's page. Right now I'm on a little blue pony's page, and all you mostly just do is you just go over to this section. This is their hatchery. Sometimes they'll have both eggs or pets up for trade, and all you do is you just scroll all the way down until you see something that they may have up for adoption. But let's say that person may not have any eggs. Where can I go to actually get the eggs that our pets I'm looking for? You can go to our search. And if you're looking for a certain pet that you want to adopt, you can go to your search and you can search all of these pets. If there's like a certain pet you are looking for, you just click any of them. Let's see, we'll do an example. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do the equins or the horses. And all you mostly do is after you just click on a certain pet that you are interested in, you search on gender if you want male or female, and you just click the adoption center. And if you want mutations or any other design, like if you want peers or gems, you can also click on those. Let's get back to my page. Question number 2 is a really good one. Can other users hatch my eggs? You cannot hatch people. So like if I have like a like let's say like I Little Pony wants to hatch all my eggs. She can't hatch them. What she would have to do is I would have to send her all my eggs to her, and she would have to hatch them on her own turn. Because it's similar to making sure that it's how you're supposed to do. It's really hard because sometimes if you might be like busy or you're on vacation mode and you have so many eggs you gotta have, try to find a friend that can just take them all. So another good question is talking about separation and organizing pets. Mostly all you do with this one is you just go to your tab. And you can actually design whatever designs you want. You can name the pet. You can do groups. So you got a project tab, projects, project sales. If you have like certain characters you like you see like I got Spirit and Rain because of Spirit Stallion. The Super is a really good movie, but you can also pick whatever design you want. And mostly all you do is, if you want to add like in a new enclosure, you just go here that says add enclosure, and you can type in whatever name you want it to be. It could be a certain pet name, or it could be like the breed's name, or whatever you want to do. So the next question I have that's really good is, how do you feed the pets? So there's a lot of things you can do. You can feed them by hand, which all you do is when you go to a certain pet is wait, I think I'm on a different one. These have already been fed. So really what you do is that you go to any pet Like here, we'll do pure unicorn angel. And all you do is you can just go ahead and hit the feed button, and that automatically feeds them. If you have a lot of credit, which you have your credits up here, you can also automatically feed them if you don't want to have time to feed every single one of them, which sometimes that is a tough job to do, especially when you have to feed a lot of your pets, especially if you have like a lot of pets. So the next question is that how do you find new friends? Well, there's a lot of things you can do. Is one of them you can search, go to your search button to find your friends, or if you have friends who you already being friends with, you can also say like, "Oh, I'm interested in being your friend," and all you do is just go to your friend finder, and you can click. You click the country, and you can click anywhere you want. If you want to just keep it in all countries, you can. And all you do is you just click find user looking for a new friend. Boom. So you see all these people are trying to find new friends. So next, another question that's actually really interesting, especially for new users, is can you breed your pets with other pet users? Yes, you can. So if you have like a new friend or someone who is just starting and they want to breed pets, all they just have to do is go to their home, look for any pets that have a heart that is glowing. So if the heart is pink, that means that you can breed with it. But if the heart is blue, that means the heart is still on cooldown. So that means that person cannot breed with that person right now or with that pet, because some people have trauma. But if you're looking for like a certain pet, just go to the search tab. You can find any certain pets that you are looking for. If it's certain ones that are like brand new, sometimes brand new are going to be the hardest one to find, but that's why we have groups that will help. But I will get into groups soon. So another question that's really interesting is how do I get other species available in my search? So if you have like new pets or it's your first day playing Ovipets, you have to make sure you have enough credit. And let's say you want to search some new pets. So what they'll do is before you have like all this you'll have boxes all the way down when you first start. So right here is where you're going to begin to start with the unknown species. When you start your first day of Ovipets and you start doing your first research, that's where you're going to be going to. It's going to be the first thing you're going to have to do is start researching a certain species when you start learning. You usually start getting like the first basic ones, but depending on how long you've been playing, you can easily like research like almost every single one, and you can also work on getting the mutations. So the next question that's really interesting is how do you sell a pet? That is easy. A lot of people here are selling pets because of they're making projects, or they're just selling pets because they want to make projects. So really all you do is that you go either to a pet that either has a name or it doesn't have a name or an egg. And you mostly do is we'll use Backdraft as an example. So this is Backdraft. Backdraft is a project I actually created. So really all you do is you just go to your edit, and right down here you're going to see where it says a trade and breed. And usually you do is just put in the trade and you're going to put how much you want to put for this pet. So actually Backdraft is 50 credit right now, but on certain days, especially around like Halloween, I will immediately cut his price down to 25 because he's a Halloween mutation, but That project's got a story behind that one. If I go through almost all my projects, that would be forever. So, and you can also set pets for zero prices. So it's also the same thing. It's like, if you don't want to trade it, but you want to just give it for adoption, just put $0 in here, and it means it's free. So another question that's really interesting, especially for new people, is the question is, I want to research a new species, but I'm not available on my lab page. So really, this was a really hard one, but it's mostly about, like, for more advanced species, you need to own the pet. So let's say you want to research, let's see, I was going to research it. Let's say you want to, you know what? Let's say I want to research the canis, but I can't research this on, like, what's going on with it. So really, what it needs is that you have to have at least a pet. One, doesn't matter if you have two. You can at least have one of these animals, and then you can go ahead and research them. So when I first started playing Ovipets, the first pet I had was a lupus. So then I was able to go ahead and start researching the lupus. So if I adopt a canis from the adoption center, I can go ahead and research this pet. So another question that's also really interesting, and I do like it, is, what if my pets die? Can I bring them back to life? Yes, you can. A lot of people sometimes do mistaken, especially if they are gone for a long time, or they forget to put their pets on vacation, or they forget to put this on vacation mode. So you mostly just do is that you go to your search, and you hit My Pets. Down here, you're going to see a little sign that says Search Dead. You're going to click on Search Dead, and then you're going to click the search button. And usually on the bottom, you will have all of your pets, either if they are dead or not dead. Because sometimes some people may forget, like, oh, I've been gone for a whole month, but all my pets are dead. And you have to have credit to resurrect your pets back to life. So another one that's somewhat a similar question I just talked about, which is interesting, is organizing your pets. So when you're putting your pets in these tabs, you kind of want to, like, organize them to make them look pretty good. So let's go look at my special lupus. So my special lupus is just a name I just picked up. It's mostly just pets who I don't have any tabs for. So usually if they're lupus that have 0V, up to 2Vs, or higher than 9Vs that I don't have on here, I keep them in that tab, because it's so I know, like, oh, my pets are in this group, so now I know that I have all of my lupus. So yeah. So that's actually a really good question. So another one that's actually an interesting question, which I guess a lot of people say, will Ovipets be adding more pets? Yes. And they'll be adding more new mutations. So because we're actually in November, getting ready to come up to December, one of the special things we'll be getting ready for December are the Christmas mutation. So usually about right around here, right next to the hatchery, there will be a little snowflake. And that's when each day in December, if you are paid, and about half you can do if you're unpaid, be able to get new mutations. I think I have some I think I still had from this last week. Yeah, okay, so these are some of the mutations from last year, which I still have to finish up using. You'll also be getting some of these. These are really important. These are new features. You got, like, cooldown, or you can put, like, an extra mutation on there if you want to. But yeah, you can see I still have to use all these. So another question which is interesting, especially for new people, is how many pets can I get? Well, when you adopt a pet from the adoption center, you do have to wait. And sometimes it does take longer, especially if there's a pet you want to get. If you're brand new to this game and you want a lot of pets, you can always just follow me. I'm Ironhide Wolf. I'll give you pets if you need anything, especially if you're brand new. But yeah, sometimes you have to like wait a while, especially if you're like, oh, I want that pet. And then you find out like, oh no, it's gone. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and adopt this pet. There we go, thank you. So let's say I want to adopt another pet. Let's say I want to adopt this blue one. When you go around and click that says adoption, it will, oh wait, I think I gotta do something. Hold on. Okay. It will pop a sign up saying that you can only adopt one pet every 10 minutes. Now sometimes 10 minutes usually takes that long. So usually I'll put like a lot of free pets up in my hatchery, especially for new people who are like brand new, or they're like, oh, I want a pet similar to that, and where can I get it? I'll breed you some eggs to help you. So the next one that someone said is really good is, what are these badges? Okay, hold on. So certain pets, if you do, like certain pets will give you like, you'll get certain badges. So let's go to my deer. I know which one who has it. Let's see what he was. So usually these badges are mostly for liking the pet. Oh, there you are. So when you see something that says, like you see here, he's got this little star or little badge on him. Some people get confused and they thinking like, why is Halloween candles so popular? Well, when you look down at Halloween candle, you'll see all of these people because they gave them a like. If you want to get badges, you'll get certain badges. So the first one is you have to have 20 likes, you get the first one. If you get over 50 likes, you'll get a silver one. And if you get over 100, it's like you're getting a gold one. I know I have over 100 ones somewhere, but I don't want to go around through all my pets, but I know I got one somewhere. So sorry, it's like that. Okay. So the next question that someone was talking about is, can you splice my egg with other mutation? Yes, you can. I'll be right back. So when you go to need eggs. So when you go to your any of your eggs, doesn't matter what eggs it is. Here we'll do my Fantas or elephant. You mostly just do is you just go to lab, and whatever mutations you have, just click on it. You have to pay credit for it, but it's usually easy. But if you have a there is another one that's actually called an extra splice, or yeah, extra mutation. You can add 2 mutations, but it's important to think like, do I want to spend this many credits? One thing is, think twice before you want to add a mutation to an egg, especially if you think like, oh, should I not? Sometimes it gets very, very difficult. So another question that kind of already went over with it again was about the adoption center. I love how y'all people are so nice about these questions. So really, mostly the adoption center, or these are just what people just send to the adoption center because either they have too many pets, like I do. I've been trying to get a lot of people to take some pets. I have a lot of pets, but I usually send like the ones who could be dying over to the adoption center. But like I said, all you do is you just take one pet, wait 10 minutes, you can adopt another one. And you just go over and over. So another question that's really interesting is, what is vacation mode? So let's say you're traveling and you don't know, let's say you're going to be traveling for a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So you're going to, wait, wrong one. Excuse me. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Trying to remember. Where is the vacation mode symbol at? So really, the vacation mode, let's say that you might be gone for a while, like 2 to 3 weeks. You mostly do is, I don't know where I'm going. There's something somewhere that actually says vacation mode. Oh wait, I think I know where it's at now. Okay. So you go to profiles. And you're gonna see a where is it at? Okay, there it is. A sign that says turn on vacation mode. Let's say you're gonna be gone for let's say 7 days. You click that turn on vacation mode and it will automatically keep you on vacation mode for about 7 days. Or a little bit longer, but if you're gonna be gone for like 2 to 3 weeks, when you're turned off for vacation mode, turn it back on so you know, like, oh, my pets are still okay, they're in still good condition. Another thing is that you still can be on Ovipets. You can talk to your friends. You can't breed, you can't turn your eggs, but you can mostly just talk to your friends. I've used vacation mode before a couple times and I love it. So another question that's interesting is, why are there tattoos on pets? Well, some people like to design interesting tattoos for pets, especially the ones they may like. And let's see, what my tattoo back. And some people create pets either for themselves or for other people. And or some will do it for projects. But usually people who do the tattoo designs are usually professional ones who know, like, I'm going to create something for you. Like, I had a friend, she created this for me for my birthday, I believe. Yeah, let me go to my overview. Yeah, she created this tattoo for myself. You do need to be careful because they will have some people, they will say, oh, your tattoo is stolen. If you create a tattoo, make sure you lock your pets, which all you do is you go to edit and you're going to see this button that says, it'll say lock. All you do is just click it and it locks it so they know, like, oh, this pet isn't stolen. Or the tattoo is not stolen, I meant. So another question that is interesting is talking about breeding. So when you breed 2 pets, you don't know exactly what the animal could be when they hatch from their egg. So let's go to my equals. Let's say I want to breed. I'll find somebody. These are my peers. Here we go. Okay, so let's say I want to breed LWP, and she's got the zebroid mutation. So when I breed her, I don't know what the offspring could look like depending on what the male looks like. So let's say I want to breed LWP. Let's do this dark one with full zebra. We won't know what the offspring's going to look like until you hatch them. So, like, you see the coloring looks a little bit different. Like, you're thinking, like, oh, the offspring's going to look like it's going to have mom's coloring because it's a little bit darker compared to dad's black. But when you look at the pedigree, you can also see the interesting, see how colored mom is compared to dad. You think that the offspring's probably going to have all zebra mutations, but one thing you notice is that mom has wings and dad doesn't have wings. But when you look at their own parents, is that you can see that her mom has fairy wings compared to him. His mom also has fairy wings. People think this offspring carry fairy wings. It will carry the fairy wing, but you don't know what the offspring is going to look like until it hatches from the egg itself. So that's an interesting question. A lot of people think like if they get one that might be all pure, and they think like, oh, but this has all these mutations, the baby might look more like the dad. It depends on how it looks. So another thing that it also will help you with is that, so let's say, yeah, it's the same thing I'm talking about. The offspring could carry, so one thing is that the offspring could carry mom's feather wings because he has feather wings, but they don't. But when you let's look down more at the part of the family tree, and you can see more. So when you look at dad, you see on his side, he's mostly all zebroid. But when you look at his mom's side, you can see all the different kind of mutation that she has. You see that she has some parts of zebroids, but has different kinds of wings compared. Look at her own parents. So she has wings, and he has dragon wings. But when they bred together, she came out with fairy wings. And you can see that neither of them don't have the fairy wings, but she carried her mother's tail. And so when you look on this side, on his side, you can see that she carries the color almost to her dad's, but she has the same mutation as her mom. So it kind of looks like, oh, they may look a little bit different. They may have certain coloring on it. But, yeah. So another question that's interesting is, can you clone a pet? Yes, you can, but you have to have a lot of money to clone a pet. So, let's see. I think you go to lab. Okay, yeah. So, let's say I want to clone LWP. All you do is you just go click the clone pet, and it'll probably just make an exact replica of her, but it won't show like any traits or anything. I've never cloned any of my pets because why? Because I love how my pets look. They're so beautiful. But that's mostly what it is. It's just another replica of it. So another question I like is I've already went over topic about the braiding. So it's mostly the same thing, is that you just pick whatever pet you want. You click right down here and just put, if you're putting it up for free for breeding, just put a 0 on there. If you wanna put a little bit extra money in there, you can put a little extra money down there. It depends on how you do it. So another interesting question, and similar to what I've already just talked about, was, okay, so the question is, I've bred 2 pets with the same mutation, but it got another visible mutation. I've had that happen before. So, I wonder if I can see another example. I've actually had that before with certain pets. Let's see. Is it this one? No, I don't think that was it. Oh, I think this is the one that. Okay, let's do this. Let me see, this is hard. Okay, yeah, here's an example. So this pet named Hiccup Brava. So you see she has a lot of like water mutation, and she has what's called the rainbow tail. So when you go down to pedigree and you look at her parents, and you notice that none of her parents really have the full aquatic mutation, you're thinking like, oh, she's gonna look more like the mom compared to the dad. Well, so so it also depends on which side it wants to carry on. So as you can see, she carried more on towards her dad's side, and her dad's got the rainbow tail and a little bit of the coral mutation, compared to when you look at mom and you're thinking like, well, mom doesn't have any coral mutation, but when you look at like their parents before them, you can see a lot of it. So it depends on how you breed them. It's mostly the same thing I talked about. So another question that is really interesting, and I think is good, what are gems? So it's similar to like real gems, but they're like for all types of animals. So when I go to my Pure Lupus, I will show you a couple of gems that I have. But you